Hey, Jonathan here. I've got a question from Tasik Yoon. Hope I said that right. And the question is, I've found many small business owners who usually have 1 to 5 designers making their in-house designers to become generalist by giving them diverse work and complaining about low profit. How would you handle that problem? Okay. So I think the question is business owners who are... Okay, I think there's 2 questions here. One is a question about specialization, and one is a question about effectiveness or profitability, or that sort of business outcomes. So I'll talk about specializing first. It's not clear to me if these are employees or freelancers. That's the tricky part here. But I'm going to assume let's just say it's freelancers for the time being. If the company is complaining about low profit, or that they're complaining about your price, and like, geez, it's really expensive to pay you to do this, that's an opportunity for you to back up and say, well, what are you trying to achieve? Like, what is it that you want in a business, from a business standpoint, like described in business terms? If they say, well, we want you to make these flyers faster, it's like, okay, why? What are you trying to achieve? What is the business outcome? Are you trying to make more money? I can't make you more money with these flyers. But if you're trying to increase awareness and you believe that's going to make you more money, then then that's okay. How much awareness is there now? How are we going to measure awareness? And the client, whatever metric the client suggests, they'll know how to measure it, because that's why they're asking you to do it in the first place. They just don't usually share that with you. They decide it in advance, like, I've got an awareness problem. If I could just increase awareness, it would increase sales. And then they come to you and say, I need a bunch of flyers. And if you say, why do you need flyers? They say, because our sales are down. Well, what are flyers going to do for sales? Well, it'll increase awareness. Oh, okay. Where's awareness right now? Well, it's really low, and these are the reasons why I know that it's really low. Okay. How do you think flyers are going to increase awareness? And then you can have a conversation around increasing awareness, and maybe you'll use flyers. Maybe you'll update the website. Maybe you'll do some other design thing, some other deliverable, or some other consultative engagement to increase awareness, which the client has suggested as a leading indicator for increased sales downstream. So again, if someone's complaining about your price, they're not seeing the value. So you need to figure out what they value and then connect those 2 things. All right. Now the other question here is about, sounds kind of like, oh, my clients are forcing me to be a generalist in my skills. And there are lots of different ways to specialize. And this is I understand that this is pretty confusing. You can specialize in a lot of different things. So you could say, in one hand, you could specialize horizontally and say, I just do logos. All I do is logos. I'm not doing flyers. I'm not doing websites. I'm not doing style guides. I do logos and that's it. So I would call that a horizontal specialization, where you're focused on yourself, your skill, your particular skill, your superpower. This is the activity that I do. It could be like logos or something like that. But you just hyper-focus and you try to become the best logo designer on the planet. But there are other ways to specialize. Another way would be vertically. So let's say all of your, you want to do a bunch of different types of design activities. So maybe you do websites and logos, and maybe a little bit of photography, maybe a little bit of illustration and some typography, and you do all of these different things, maybe UX, you do all sorts of different design things, but you're specializing in a vertical, like you just do it for pizza places. So you still get to be a generalist, but you're specialized in your marketing, where you're only doing outreach and campaigns, and on your website, you're just talking to pizza place owners or whoever the buyer would be in a pizza place. You could get even more specific and be like, pizza places that run regional chains. And you still get to be a generalist in your skill set, but you become a specialist in a particular vertical. Another thing, you can specialize in your marketing around psychographics, or a sort of a mission. Like, an example would be, I do design for people who are mission-driven businesses, or I do design for people who are environmentally conscious. So these are, and someone who's environmentally conscious. Yeah, okay, conscience. Someone who's into in the environment could be male, female, young, old, rich, poor. So it's not a demographic specialization. It's a way they think. It's a worldview that they have. So you could do a bunch of different design type activities and deliverables for a type of client that believes a certain thing or has a certain worldview and therefore has certain goals that you can help them achieve using this broader, big toolbox that you have. So other ones that you could specialize demographically, just 30 to 45-year-old soccer moms. That's like a demographic specialization, and you could maybe do something for them. Usually the examples are, something more health related or lifestyle related, where I don't want to get into a gender thing, but anyway, demographics might be a way for you to specialize, but still be general in your skills. So anyway, the point is, if you feel like you're being forced to be general in your skills with your employer or your clients, you can still specialize in different ways. Or you could quit and just do logos or whatever it is that you like the most. Okay, hopefully I answered the question. I'm not 100% sure I understood it, so I hope that was useful to you or someone. Anyway, I'm Jonathan Stark. If you have a question for me, you can hashtag AskJonathan on Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and we'll add it to the queue, and I'll answer it as soon as I can.